Here in LA?
I'm in Orange County.
You're in Orange County. Okay. So you're
Tomato,
the,
tomato.
have you ventured out to the beach?
No, I'm quarantined. What you talk about? Venture
I'm
out
just
to the beach.
saying, I've seen a lot of beach venture outers in that area.
You are not about to catch me. You ain't gonna catch me crazy. Nah, I'm staying home.
So how have you been passing the time? Were you guys wrapped up with your season? Like, is the finale on Sunday the actual finale? Because I know there's a couple of shows where they weren't quite done with their season yet.
No, the finale on Sunday is the actual finale, and we did wrap everything, and we got everything completed, which is pretty fortunate given everything that's happening in the world right now. You know.
So how have you been taking care of yourself, spending time at home? What have you been doing?
Oh, jeepers. Okay, so a few things. One, I cry sometimes because it's hard. Two, I listen to music. I dance. I'm learning to be creative just for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because so much of my creativity is wrapped up in my vocation, right? And I'm learning how to reclaim that. So writing, reading, dancing, singing, and just doing whatever I need to do to feel good. And lastly, probably the most important thing is reaching out to my community because I feel it's easy to feel, at least for me, very disconnected. So reaching out to people and making sure that I let people know when I need help because I don't like asking for help and I don't like being the one to say, hey, I miss people, you know?
Right. I mean, all those sound like great things to do, like, taking care of self, coming out of this renewed somewhat as much as possible. So, I want to talk to you a little bit. Your background is interesting. You have a bit of a theater background. You've been on Luke Cage, you have another show on Netflix, and then you have this one
Mm-hmm.
where you are a Black man that is the lead, but also a budding love interest. I want to
Mm-hmm.
know, how is that for you, that sort of transition? Is there a preferred genre you like working in? And did you think about that when accepting this role, that it's kind of different right now on network television for this isn't a Black show, but
Mm-hmm.
there are characters that, are Black and have backstories. So that's a little bit different sometimes for our integrated dramas. So how was that for you?
It was exciting, honestly. I mean, I think that one of the things that drew me to the show initially was specifically Simon and his arc and what he's going through. I mean, I'm a Black man, Simon is a Black man, and this idea of grief and loss is something that I'm very closely familiar with. I lost my father over 13 years ago, and so when I read the pilot, I thought, wow, what an opportunity for me as a Black man to use this, to be in a project where we're using music to talk about the inner world. And I think that there are a lot more examples than there used to be of Black men in media who are navigating emotional spaces and traumas and grief. But I don't think it happens enough, one. And I'm happy to be a part of that arc in the legacy of television and cinema. Um, and as far as like being a budding love interest, I mean, that's that's really cool, you know. That's really cool. I'm not mad at it. Jane, who's the lead, and Skylar, who's the triangle, the trifecta, the triangle in the show. I think we're all close and we're all very kind to one another. And the thing that's most important for all of us, and I'll speak for myself, you know, the thing that's most important for me is that there are not these tropes, you know,
Mhm.
but that the characters are fleshed out, and Austin has been really deliberate about that, and that Simon's journey through grief, which is what connects him and starts that buds the romance, is the budding part of the romance. That it's not like that it's not nefarious, that it's not coming out of ill will, but that it's coming out of very, very human in a very vulnerable space. And I think that's honest. The best thing that I can ask for as an actor, specifically when I'm bringing life to a character, is that everyone around me is an advocate for honesty and authenticity. And I think that we have that here.
That's great. I want to talk to you a little bit also about being able to show all aspects of your talent with this, your acting side, your comedy chops, a bit of your drama, your singing, your dancing. What is it like as far as rehearsals to get ready for this? How far in advance do you record the songs? Do you sort of know for the season what songs and numbers you're going to be working for? And then at what point are you adding in the choreography?
We don't know at the beginning of the season what songs we're going to be singing. That happens and sometimes fluctuates during the season. So we'll get wind about a song and then it'll change within like 2 or 3 days. And we have to then record another version of the song. And after we record another version, then we have to change the choreo and stuff like that. So a lot of it is, there's a lot of structure to it because it's necessary. We have to have that. But there's also a lot of unknowns. And for me, coming from the theater and having done theater and having done TV, this is, like you said, it's a unique blend of what's required to do this. And everything that I've done has been outside of my comfort zone. So it's, singing and dancing on this level with, people that I admire and respect, being choreographed by one of the most iconic choreographers of our time, and realizing as time has gone on that I can do it, that it's all in me, that I can do it and I can do it well. And I can say that uh, without pride, but with just a sense of confidence that when I booked the show, I don't know that I had that. When I booked the show, I went into the audition and I thought, I just want to do my dad proud, you know? And then everything happened, and I didn't even know we were going to be dancing in the show. I knew there was going to be dancing, but I didn't know that I was going to be required to dance like I've been dancing. And that has all come out through the rehearsal process, through Mandy, and in the dance studio, us kind of vibing out and her figuring out what our bodies can do and then crafting around that and accentuating parts of us that are helpful to the story.
Oh, did I lose you? I think I lost you. Are you back?
Hello, I can see you.
So how much time do you spend in the studio rehearsing your numbers?
I mean, for each number, I mean, we have maybe like an hour and a half, and we'll do that maybe twice. And sometimes it's less time than that. And honestly, Jane, she has less time than all of us, really, because she's always on set. There's always something that she's doing. So in the numbers where we're dancing and singing around her, I mean, she may be put in on the day. Like as we're about to shoot it, she'll be put in, and then we'll do a rehearsal, and she has the kind of, and of course, Mandy and Jillian and Jeff, they're anticipating what it's going to be and her moves and stuff. But yeah, it's very quick, which is great.
Yes. So, do you have a favorite performance from this season that you have? I see that there's a Spotify playlist with all of your numbers. So, I thought that was really cool. Is there a personal favorite for you?
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorites is Happier. It's this number that I did with India Beaufort. And she's incredible, an incredible actor, singer, dancer. And she played my fiance in the show. And there's a few things that I loved about it. One, there's an idea that when relationships transition, there has to be a lot of vitriol there. And I think that we push against that archetype and having there be love in transition, which can be difficult. It can be more difficult in some ways. So there's that. And two, I mean, the song was going to be one person singing, and then Austin had the brilliant idea to make it a duet. And when I listen to the words, it is a conversation between people, and it just fits so well. And we didn't have as much time to choreograph it. We had maybe a day and a half or 2 days, and we rehearsed it and drilled it. Um, but the requirements, song-wise and dance-wise, were above anything that I'd done before. And uh, Mandy pushed us. You know, she pushed us to do some actual like contemporary dance. You know, there's a moment in there that I'll never forget where she falls backwards and I have to catch her with with the palm of my hand. I have to walk past her, catch her with the palm of my hand, and pick her back up. And I didn't drop her once, and it was challenging in the best ways. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so of course I have to ask, what is on your work from home in the house playlist right now? What are you listening to?
I'm listening to Prince, When Doves Cry. I love Prince.
Me too.
I'm listening to some of the Isley Brothers. I'm listening to some Joni Mitchell and some Buffy St. Marie.
So you're an old soul. Like you're doing deep. All of everything that you mentioned is like 85 or more back.
This is true, but like, there's also Miguel and Billie Eilish and other artists. But I do frequent older music. I think that the thing that I love in music is the storytelling and the heart, and I think there's a lot of that in those time periods. Yeah.